So welcome back to Western Province Cricket Club for this match between the Heat and the Raptors in the under-18 section. That's the cup section. So the rain has abated somewhat, but still blustery conditions here in Cape Town. It looks like the weather's going to be fine for the rest of the afternoon. But this morning's fixtures and the early afternoon fixtures have had torrential rain and high winds. But to the credit of each and every player, they've done incredibly well under these circumstances. So it's the Raptors on your screens from in red. Sorry, the Raptors in orange and the Heat in their familiar red outfit. And it's the Raptors on the ball playing from left to right on your screens. The Heat just tracking the ball down the left-hand side. Ball gets played just under the kneecap. So as I said that the rain was supposed to have abated by now, we get more rain coming down. The forecast says from 2 o'clock onwards, there should be less and less rain. But the high winds prevail and it makes life very, very tricky. A lot of the teams have resorted to throwing overheads with this wind and getting quite good distance down the pitch. So it's the Raptors now in the midfield, losing the ball to the Heat. Heat winning it. Some space out wide right, but decide to go inside, outside. Eyes come up looking for support down the right-hand side. And a nice little pass. But just can't be collected by the high-lying striker from the Heat. Smash down the left-hand channel and also cannot connect with the striker. Players say that it could have got a little nickel for Heat player, and they're pretty right. And the Raptors will have the ball on the left-hand side. They look to go long and direct, intercepted by the Heat. Lots of attention from the Raptors strikers, but illegally challenged. The Heat, the little reverse stick skill down the right-hand side. Back inside. Lots of space on the left-hand side that can be utilised, but decides to go on their own to the right. Gets the shot away. And it's a goal! It's a good one too. Just gets through the space on the right-hand side channel. Fires it into the far corner. And the Heat are 1-0 up in the first quarter. Open play goal. Well worked. Gets in quite an acute angle, but the shot is pretty good. Did it get a deflection along the way? Could have. A little deflection, I think, just offsets the keeper. See it again now. The shot comes in. Just seems to bobble off the defender's stick there. There we can, and that actually beats the keeper. So the Heat 1-0 up. They strike first. Here come the Raptors now. Little foot outside the circle. They look to build. Look to manipulate something and get a circle entry. Bounce back right after conceding. The ball gets played across the circle, but out wide. So we start from the left-hand side. Played out wide. Left. Press is pretty good from the Raptors. But possession is still with the Heat. Goes into contact now and loses the ball. And it's the Raptors that will come on the counter. Nice little pass to the high-lying striker. Just can't gather. But a good decisive lead run and a nice little ball thread through. So the Raptors with the wind at their backs, putting a bit of pressure on the Heat. And they like the ball out wide here. And then they look to step and win from the right outside midfielder, which they do. Now looking for support. Plenty of attention from the Heat. Pass coming in direct. The Raptors keep possession very nicely, get into the circle. And they win a hit outside the D. They win a hit in that tricky sort of wide area. And now they come to the baseline. Well defended by the Heat. Long corner. It's gone 5. The ball comes in. Gets a little touch, but finds the foot of the Raptors striker. And the Heat look to come out of there early. And down the middle they go. Well tracked back, and a counter of their own from the Raptors, who struggle to keep possession, but do so eventually. Pass is given away. So 5.5 minutes left in this first quarter. It's the Heat 1-0 up. They've been under quite a bit of pressure. And there we go. Here's space out wide right for them to utilize. Again, that little inside ball is gathered. And maybe the pass down the line was on. Turnover. Raptors using some pace down the outside. That little inside ball is just not going to work for them as the Heat have players and numbers on that inside channel on the 45-degree ball. And 3 or 4 players just tracking that inside ball pretty well, and makes life difficult to play that direct pass. It's good from the Heat that they don't fly into those tackles. They just hang in on that angle. And they win it again on that inside 45 ball. Now play it out wide. Some composure needed. Again, going down the center. Goes into contact, loses the ball. And it's the Raptors on the run. Just a little bit ahead of her. And so, turnover. You just need someone now to just get control and keep the ball for longer periods. Far too many turnovers at this stage. Ball play to the striker, reverse stick. Gets a little deflection off the defender's stick, and the keeper does quite well to smash it out with the glove. So the Heat, here we see the replay of that circle entry. Ball gets played in. Little reverse stick flick, it comes off the defender, and it's a regimental save for the keeper. Easy on the glove. Heat go long and direct. Find the striker. Now, little run down the middle. Looking for support. Finds it on the left-hand side channel. But he's shepherded wide to the touchline. And now they look to reset. Good pass in. Tackle flying in, but wins the ball for the Raptors. Lots of direct passing, which is intercepted. You can see some of these players are already quite tired because there's been a lot of turnovers, which means you turn and you chase. And when you don't have the ball, you run more. You can see one of the centre-back for Raptors actually saying, let's just calm things down a bit. Let's get some stick on ball. Let's keep the ball for longer periods. Can't sustain this kind of tempo for the full 4 quarters. So they decide to go around, which is probably a good idea, and just keep the ball. They go into the midfield, which is congested. But won by the Raptors, and they will look to play out these last 2 minutes, hopefully in the Heat's half, which they try to do and throw the aerial ball. It's collected deep by the Heat, played out to the left outside half. It gets the eyes up, looks to connect with the midfield. The ball thrown away. The Raptors can come straight back at the Heat. Lovely little run, but looking for support. Plays it into the circle, intercepted by the Heat, who run themselves out of trouble. Run themselves into this wide area. Pass is critical here, because if they lose it, well, if they lose it there, it's a direct passage for the Raptors on goal. So 45-degree ball played into the engine room, and it's lost. Number 25 from the Raptors, just trying to consolidate things for her team and showing some good composure on the ball, looking for support, always looking to link and connect, and happy to keep the ball if she doesn't have the right pass. You need someone in that midfield who could just control things, because at the moment it's getting a little frenetic with players giving the ball away too easily. So it's the Heat who try to break out in these dying seconds of the first quarter. They go down the left-hand side, support on the byline. They win the hit. 15 seconds to go. It's quickly played in. They're going to have to try get a corner on the near post. Oh, just need a little touch. Good idea from the Heat. Change their point of attack nicely. Get the direct pass in. Just needed a little tap in, but it bobbled into the circle a bit and quite difficult for the attacker to get a stick on it. So after the first quarter here at Western Province Cricket Club, it's the Heat 1 and the Raptors 0. So we're about to start the second quarter. The Heat 1-0 up against the Raptors. The Heat scoring in the first quarter with a nice shot from out wide that just got a little deflection from the Raptors defender, which wrong-footed the keeper. And they 1-0 up. As I said earlier, there have been quite high turnovers in the midfield, which has resulted in a sort of end-to-end battle here as players trying to play quite direct hockey. And now it's opened up quite a bit of space there for the Raptors to run into, but nicely worked, nicely defended by the Heat to come back from this midfield area just on the 23-meter line of the Raptors. Players guilty of sort of running into contact, losing ball. And that's why there have been such a lot of high turnovers in this game. And here we go. Has it gone 5? Umpire's quite happy with it. Looking for the corner, threads it through, gets a little touch. Just not on target. So the Raptors with the restart. Playing deep and wide as the Heat press high. And the Heat do pretty well there with their high press, forcing the Raptors to hurry their passes and inevitably passing the ball over the sideline, giving possession away. So they've stepped up their press, showing a little bit more intent as they play into this wind. It's blowing into their faces, this gale force wind from the southeast. Now they look down from the right-hand side. Direct ball from right to left, finding the striker on the baseline, but cannot collect. So the Heat will be happy with that press, just allowing the ball to go left and then smashed over the sideline. Now they gain possession again. Nice little skill down the left-hand side by the Raptors. Another little tap pop over the stick. Two little pops. One on the forehand, one on the little squeeze over the stick. And then the pass down the line. Good skill down the left. Always tricky down that left-hand side with players converging on you with a flat stick. Good use of the pop skill. So they start from this wide area. Long corner. Played across. They probe this left-hand side again. Good 3D skill. A good turn. They still keep possession, even though one or two passes just looked like they were going to go astray. Nicely worked to the right-hand side. The cross comes in. And nicely defended by the Heat. Flood that 9-yard area. Collect ball. Got a little touch from one of the Raptor players, so Heat have the ball. Plenty of pressure on the right outside back who plays into the midfield. Eyes come up. Lovely play down the right-hand side from the Heat. And they still go down this right-hand side. Look for the cross. Cross comes in, but it's just a bit high and bobbling. Just can't find the stick of the strikers. That's up and it's Heat ball. So deemed as dangerous from the umpire. And they throw it away. And the ball's straight through now. This is a bit of a chase here. The ball will win. Hit hard into that midfield and then that little deflection pass, which can often wrong foot defenses. Midfielders deflect the ball past their marker and looking for their strikers. Can be used quite effectively. Running into a bit of trouble here with three players converging on the midfield of the Heat. And again, it's a foot race. And the ball wins. So 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's the Heat 1-0 up. Nicely controlled by the Raptors, who work their way with some good interplay. And now the connections come. And they find good areas to run into. So that was good interplay that would looked like they were stuck down that left-hand channel. They just got some nice little triangles going. Were able to manipulate that ball down the left-hand side and change their point of attack down the right-hand side. From deep in their own half to the right-hand side, winning a hit or a long corner just outside the D. Looking for that little byline run, but carries it herself. Not a bad idea. It comes off a stick and they win the hit. Quick pass. Always a difficult area to get something out of it. With defenders tracking you so well with flat sticks. Comes off the stick so they, or the foot, and umpire allows advantage and they keep possession. Good patience shown by the Raptors now as they just keep ball rather than trying to throw it away. Find the foot again. Sustained pressure in the 23-meter area, which is good. Takes a self-pass. Shepherded wide. Good defending by the Heat to just hold their tackles, hold their lines. And almost induce that sort of wrong pass. Cross comes in. Defended nicely in that 9-yard area. Flat sticks causing trouble for strikers to actually gather the ball, get a shot away, get their back lift up. Nice skill down the right-hand side from the Heat. 3 plays beaten. And a super pass. Looking for the striker. Does she win it? No. Just infringes. Here's the cross that comes in. Bobbles about a bit, but it's well defended. There's a bit of stick obstruction. So the Heat win it. Back to the live action. Heat on attack. Nice little skill. Good turn now. Working away beautifully into the circle now and wins a corner for a team. Superb work from the Heat. Such good composure. Gets the eyes up and not in a hurry to give the ball away. Not in a hurry to pass the ball or to give a 50-50 pass away. Rather get the corner. Keep the ball in your stick. You can just see the little mazy run here. Turns, looks up again, looks for support, doesn't get it. Goes into the circle, wins the hit. The footage of play probably about 5 seconds earlier also showed her running into the 23, keeping the ball nicely on her stick. Good patience shown. So Heat with a corner. Ball's played. In, going to the left. Will she go on the reverse stick? Plays in, none on the front stick and scores! Goes herself, works it to the left, works it to the right, pushes it under the keeper. Super goal from the short corner. Penalty corner goal in the second quarter. And the Heat are 2-0 up. She receives it there. Goes past the first wave. Breaks in that and under the shoulder. And under the outstretched kicker. Pad of the Raptors goalkeeper. So the Raptors sense, obviously, 2-0 down. They need to get cracking with things and trying to be a little bit direct in these final passages after conceding. But it's the Heat now who play it into the midfield. They just need to hold on to possession till half-time. You don't really want to give the Raptors a sniff if you're a Heat player. To just ride out this clock, get them running, chasing ball rather than having possession themselves. Wide ball, beautifully played through. Some space for the Heat. Smash comes in, intercepted by the Raptors. They win the hit. A minute left. Can they work themselves up the field and get themselves something before the halftime break? We've seen with the previous games where teams have been, I think the Royals were 3-1 down against the Rebels and worked their way totally out of the game and worked their way to draw the game in the final minute, 3-3. It's a super game. Ball played in. Now looking for the shot. Beautiful work down the right-hand side. Good save by the keeper. Comes off the line. Smothers that angle. And the Heat win the possession with 25 seconds to go. Just see this play here. Nicely won. Good skill on the inside. Now, in on that angle. Then that ball going wide, which makes his shot a difficult one from that angle. And it's Heat who are 2-0 up here at halftime at Western Province Cricket Club. Please join us after the halftime break for the third quarter between the Heat and the Raptors. So we're back for the third quarter here. You just saw a replay of the first goal from the Heat. Open play goal in the first quarter. Smashed on the right-hand side. Gets a little deflection from the defender. Beats the keeper, and saw them 1-0 up. And then a penalty corner goal in the second quarter. Got them there. Second goal. So the third quarter underway now. Heat driving down this right-hand side touchline. And nothing comes of it. And here's the second goal. Beats the first wave, pulls it back in under the keeper. Beautifully played. You see the defender on the line of the Raptors coming off the line. Well, maybe she should have gone for the ball carrier. So it was the Raptors' first wave that was rounded in the first phase of that play, and then gets back quite well. But the movement from the Heat striker is very good. She almost cuts her off, and then you've got to get one of your defenders from the Raptors to actually step onto that ball player. No one steps onto her, slips it onto the keeper. So the aerial route, and it goes over the baseline for a 16-yard hit for the Heat. So, with the win, they try the overhead unsuccessfully. The Raptors now push into the 23. Nice little change of angle. And wins a long corner for the Raptors. Still possession for the Raptors. Looking to hit back in this third quarter. The moving quarter. This is where you try set up a grand finale here. Get back in the game. You might have been out of it in the last 2 quarters, but this is the time, with a 2-0 lead, you can really get yourself back into a game with a little goal. And it looks like, it just goes too wide and negates her angle. And hits the wrong side of the stick, and the Heat will have a 16. The Raptors will take heart that have had plenty of possession in the second quarter. A couple of chances. And look to get 2-1 going into that final quarter here and try and push for the equalizer and even the winner. The Heat just have gone off the boil a little bit at this stage. Just coughing up possession a bit too easily. Nice little ball through down the left-hand side. Played in. Intercepted by the Raptors. So Raptors look to rebuild from deep in their own half. Good pressure from the Heat. Carry upfield. Good support play. Strong running down this right-hand side. Loses the ball. The Heat have tracked quite nicely at the back. They haven't overcommitted to tackles. The minute the Raptors have gone on the inside, they've had players lining up on that inside channel, just holding nicely, making the step tackle the right time. It's the Heat with a reverse stick to the far post. That was a chance. Beautifully played from the left-hand side. Top of the D coming in there. Little dink of a reverse stick pass across the circle and just needed a stick to touch it in. Just when you think that the Heat have sort of fallen asleep, they come back with something like this. Nice little run. 3 players conversion as she gets through. And this is a neat little pass, and that just needed a touch. Striker's in the right place. Maybe a step to the left on that angle would have been able. She would have been able to get a stick on that. Small margins. Raptors go over the top. They go long, right into the circle. Over the baseline, and the Heat will be quite happy with that. They'll restart with a 16. There's just over 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter. The Raptors throwing everything at the Heat, just not being able to make that final connection in the final third. Ball 1, gone over the top, bobbling around a bit, badly defended, and corner. So, the pass is played straight down the middle. It bobbles around a bit. Defenders get a little bit anxious and fly in and try to clear. Miss it. Danger. And there we go. Penalty corner for the Raptors. There it is. Played into this area. Nicely committed, but just misses the ball. So, is this the time for the Raptors to strike and get back into this game? Played in nicely. Drag flick comes in, just wide. Well, a neat corner. Just needed the ball played on target. And here we go, the Heat have it. Pass comes in. Oh, they had play on the far post. Keeper does well to intercept that. So the breakout from this corner almost results in a goal for the Heat. The long pass played from the 16, and that final pass just going past the left wing. Here we go. The Heat apply the pressure. And there we see it. A little lose the ball, and there Cross comes in, keeper does well. Vital save that. And that ball going across, they had a player open, just would have been able to sweep that ball into the goals, unmarked. And it's the Heat now that get a short corner. This is where you want to put the game to bed now. 3-0. Third quarter. You don't want to fall into that 2-goal trap. We've seen that happen to the Rebels a couple of games ago. Stop comes in, played down wide to the left, goes for the deflection on the far post, gets a little deflection, saved off the line. Umpire waves the game on. So good variation. Again, just needed that final touch. The Heat have had two super chances to go 3-0 up. The already is played in. Oh, it just almost gets a little touched from the striker. But well defended by the Raptors. They make it a bit of a messy affair by flooding that 9-yard area. So the Heat putting some good pressure on the Raptors now towards the end of this third quarter. Now, good circle entry. Tackle comes in, but they lose the ball. So the Raptors looking for that pass out wide. No one running. So it's the Heat with possession. 2.5 minutes left. They decide to go deep, draw out the Raptors. All right, into the engine room area where the midfielders try some intricate skills. Wins the hit. No advantage given. Good little pass out wide, but unfortunately attempts a little grubber kick ahead. So a better period of play for the Heat, who thought had just gone to sleep after scoring 2 goals, and the Raptors came back quite strongly in this quarter. The Heat have had some really superb chances. There you go, the Raptors. Looking to get direct in his late stages of the third quarter. Playing it out nice to the left. Looking to go route one to the high-lying striker. Bobbles around a bit. Said execution quite a lot. That's a good interception to the top of the D. The shot comes in. The save happens. It's a long corner. As I said earlier, execution of the ball being struck into the circle. Often players don't realize that they've got more time. So their technique fails them and the ball bobbles around a lot. It's not an accurate pass that goes into the circle. It's all about getting the feet right and the hands right and the head right. Good interception here, played to the middle. First touch just is not good enough, and it just comes off the stick, and that allows the defender to put some pressure on the actual shot. That's one at the top of the D. Oh, but it hits a foot. Good play down the right-hand side here. Inside-outside passes now. Finds a striker on the right who needs to turn. Defended pretty well by the Raptors. Ball's always a very dangerous ball from left to right. If you lose it, this is what happens. Teams come straight at you. And then won themselves a hit outside the D. The goal themselves goes wide. It goes into an acute area, but tries to work away back on the angle. Fortunately, the Hooter's gone. So a good passage of play for the Raptors, but the Heat come back quite strongly towards the end of this third quarter. So the score after 3 quarters here at Western Province Cricket Club is the Heat 2, the Raptors 0. So welcome back to Western Province Cricket Club for the fourth quarter of this match between the Heat and the Raptors in the Under-18 Girls Cup section. The Heat on the charge immediately. A little cross comes in, far corner. Get some stick in it. Just not enough purchase to fire it home. Here come the Raptors. So a minute into the fourth quarter and there's a nice circle entry for the Heat. The ball gets straight through just onto the left wing, but gets in behind her, and always difficult to get some power behind the shot when the ball is delivered behind you. Here come the Raptors. Space in the midfield. Running out to the left-hand side, comes on the inside. And they win their possession. Goes 5 now, looking for an entry to get something from this. Played in, but to no one. The Heat go to safety. They go wide from goal, which is a good idea for them. But played on the inside. Now they look to attack. Nice interplay down this right-hand side from the Heat. And they've got the free striker with another run in. Cross comes in. The rebound is there. And here comes the shot. Another good save. So, beautiful interplay from very, very deep in their own half. They were on defense. They played it wide right. They got some lovely combination play down the right-hand side, which results in a shot on goal. But a good save from the Raptors keeper. Ball gets played in again down their barrel. More pressure from the Heat. Well, the whistle hadn't gone. Everyone stopped. And now finally it goes. There is the cross that comes in. Played into there. One again on and across it goes. And now it just needed some power, but well done to the keeper. Gets off her line, narrows that angle, makes it so difficult for a striker. Most strikers confronted with a keeper in front of them pass it straight into those pads. So the Raptors now need to find a goal. They need to get back into this game and set up a good finale. The Heat just need to keep the ball for longer periods. Show some composure, some patience. It's played on that 45 ball, which whenever that happens, I always feel that if you lose it there, you're in trouble. Raptors go long. The striker gets herself into a good position, but again, an unforced error on the bobble. Just hitting the shin pad. Gets herself into some nice high positions there. Played down the right. Beautiful play again. Lovely under the arm pass, but can't find a midfielder, so it's the turn of the Raptors to come back at them. Tempted overhead. Won by the Heat. And now they go straight down the middle. And the pass come on the inside. Two players there. Reverse stick pass, but hits the side netting. Just couldn't connect. She had two players free to support her, and she went for the reverse stick shot. But maybe if she'd kept it on her forehand, she might have been able to get a pass away. You can see this shepherded out wide. And then that good little pass there. Now that she ultimately goes onto a reverse stick when maybe should have come off on a front stick, would have given her a better angle to fire a goal in. Attack down the left-hand side. Wins possession for the Raptors. Umpire calls it back and says, no, came off your stick. He took quite happy with that decision, but umpire seen that it did come off a Raptors stick. So, the Raptors down the line to the left-hand side. It's all or nothing now. 6.5 minutes to go. They need to find something. They'll win a hit outside the D. Little corner now or something. Just get themselves back into this game. Get a goal with 5 minutes to go. Pass comes in. Another hit outside the circle. I need to support this player. Maybe play it back. Get her off the ball. Get her higher up rather than having to carry all the time. Ball thread in to nobody. Need some support from deep. They go flat. Ball gets played in across. It's high. An umpire allowed that. Ultimately, it hits the Raptors' foot in the circle. You just see the ball being played in here. And it's allowed to carry on. And, oh yeah, she takes it down quite nicely and forces the foot and wins the hit. Played again into the circle. And a short corner one. They go direct. They find the foot. And they get a corner. 5 minutes left. So it's do or die now for the Raptors. So the ball goes straight down. Defended. Played in. Up. Comes off the foot. Here we go. Played to the right. Well defended by the Heat. They look to break out. So they looked for that far deflection on that short corner. The Heat have players there just looking for that deflection. Lost in the midfield. The Raptors come back at the Heat. Flat stick tackle, but just gets a foot. The Raptors sort of running out of options at this stage. 1-2 now. The Heat are quite happy to get clumsy, to get in the way, get a few feet, slow the game down, get men behind the ball. So, the Raptors throwing everything at the Heat in these dying moments of the game. Good cross comes in, and it's a goal! That was a great cross and a very good pickup because the ball did bounce a bit. It was awkward, but she gets it on the reverse stick and plays it in the reverse stick. So, a good baseline run, A lovely cross, and it's 2-1. Super run. Lovely little pass. Everyone misses it. And nicely picked up. Goalie scored. It's 2-1. The Raptors score from open play. So, the Raptors have been throwing everything at the Heat from the third quarter and into this fourth quarter. They haven't given up. They've got some reward for their efforts. The Heat have had a couple of chances on that far post to put this game to bed and go 3-0 up. So they need to now play this with a lot of intelligence and keep the ball and play in this half and not throw the ball away. Quick hit. Players on 5. Umpires tempted to penalize the Raptors. He waves play on. Good ball possession there. Just hit. Win a hit outside the D. One stage I thought maybe it'd get a little foot inside the D there. Still working it. Still trying to keep it in those dangerous areas for the Raptors. Good little run. The ball comes in on the forehand. A goal! That is superbly worked. To get that ball down the baseline on the reverse side and still get a pass in, that is excellent. The Heat bounce back with their own open play goal in these final minutes of the fourth quarter. Look at this run. It's exceptional. Shields it, gets it back, and a lovely pass straight onto the forehand. Fired home at close range. So with a minute to go, the Heat score that vital third goal, the one that just puts the game to bed. And that was superbly taken. Most strikers would not have got in that area to collect the ball on the front stick. They may have been on sort of a step to the right where they would have had to pick it up on their reverse stick, and then it would have made it awkward. But she had the presence of mind to hold that run and get perpendicular, 90 degrees from the ball carrier, receive it on the front stick, and just fire it over the left shoulder of the keeper. So nicely worked. Beautiful work down that baseline, and superb running lines from the striker who scored that for the Heat. Turn again. Powerful run. And the hooter's gone. Players are asking, was that a corner? No. And the game's over. So here at Western Province Cricket Club, in this cup game between the Heat and the Raptors, it's the Heat that win this game 3-1. So it was the Heat that scored in the first quarter and from open play. In the second quarter, they scored a penalty corner. Very good individualistic goal. And then in the third quarter, it was still 2-0. And the Raptors, who were coming back quite well into this game. And then the final nail in the coffin with a well-worked goal in the fourth quarter, making it 3-1 to the Heat here at Western Province Cricket Club. Join us for the next game that's coming up in a few minutes' time.